Let's begin by clearing the air. The internet is filled with chatter about dopamine, but much of it is misleading or downright incorrect. Two myths in particular stand out. The first is the popular idea that dopamine is simply the pleasure molecule. The second is the belief that having more dopamine is always a good thing, that we should constantly seek to maximize its release. Both of these ideas oversimplify a beautifully complex system and can lead us down the wrong path when trying to manage our lives, goals, and mental health. This video will dismantle these myths and provide a clear, science-backed framework. We will replace these myths with actionable knowledge grounded in robust neuroscience. We are going to explore what dopamine actually is, where it comes from in the brain, and what its true function is. Dopamine is not about the pleasure of having something, but rather about the motivation and drive to go get it. It is the molecule that propels you forward into the world, encouraging you to seek out resources, mates, and knowledge. Understanding this distinction is crucial to harness your dopamine system for long-term success and well-being, rather than being controlled by its powerful, relentless pull. We will also delve into the specific neural circuits dopamine uses to influence your behavior, thoughts, and feelings. The molecule of more. Myth bust. Dopamine is not simply a pleasure chemical, so what is dopamine if it is not the molecule of pleasure? In simplest terms, dopamine is a neuromodulator, a specialized chemical messenger that certain neurons use to communicate. Its primary role is to influence your motivation, your drive, your desire to pursue goals. It makes you get off the couch to grab water when you are thirsty, or study for an exam to secure a better future. More accurately, the molecule of more. It does not signal satisfaction with what you have. It signals the forward-leaning anticipation of what you want. This molecule is produced in small regions deep in your brain, the ventral tegmental area, VTA, and the substantia nigra. These ancient structures are conserved for survival. Neurons there synthesize dopamine and release it into key regions, acting like a master switch. Seeing a delicious meal when hungry triggers dopamine. Not taste, but desire. Imagine scrolling a perfect pizza. Your brain releases a pulse of dopamine. That signal drives wanting, motivating the actions to get it. Myth bust. Dopamine does not just make you feel good, it teaches you what to want. Dopamine is the master teacher shaping what you learn, remember, and prioritize. Its function is woven into three processes: reward, motivation, learning. Reward is not pleasure itself, but outcomes your brain deems valuable. Food, water, social connection, information. When something is rewarding, dopamine signals, pay attention, this was important, do it again. It flags experiences worth pursuing later. Then, dopamine generates the drive, a forward-propelling energy. If fruit boosted energy, next time you see it, you feel a stronger urge to eat it. Anticipation becomes the engine of your actions. Student, athlete, creator. Crucially, dopamine strengthens the precise cues and behaviors that led to reward. This synaptic plasticity is the cellular basis of learning and memory. You learn which places, pings, and contexts are most rewarding. Over time, reward, motivation, and learning solidify into habits. Wake up. Cue. Coffee craving. Make and drink. Response. Focus and taste. Reward. Dopamine was involved at every step. Dopamine travels along specific pathways and not random floods. The mesolimbic pathway is central to motivation and reward. It starts in the VTA, the starting gate releasing motivational energy. From VTA, dopamine travels to the nucleus accumbens, the craving center. Stronger NAC signals mean stronger wanting and urge to act. Then onward to the prefrontal cortex, planning, decisions, impulse control. A phone chime cues VTA release, NAC creates craving, PFC focuses you on the goal. That circuit turns cues into goal-directed action. Myth bust. Habits are not just willpower, they are neural circuits carved by dopamine. Habits are learned shortcuts to save energy, automated through repetition. Cue, craving, response, reward, the habit loop. Cues include time of day, a location, a sound, or an emotional state. Detecting a cue triggers anticipatory dopamine, the birth of a habit. We crave the state change, relief, connection, novelty, not the action itself. Then comes the response. Repetition strengthens the cue-response circuit until it becomes automatic. that is why it feels reflexive. Myth bust: you cannot run out of dopamine, but receptors can desensitize. Overstimulation by potent frequent novel rewards leads to receptor downregulation. Your brain protects itself, fewer receptors. This is homeostasis. Consequently, the same rewards barely register. You need bigger or more frequent hits, the basis of tolerance in a vicious cycle. Everyday life feels gray next to artificial spikes. The craving becomes need for relief, not joy of anticipation. Impulse control in the prefrontal cortex gets hijacked by primitive drive from the nucleus accumbens. This is the dark side of dopamine, a motivational system gone awry. Myth bust: you do not need fancy supplements to manage dopamine. The key is learning to manage dopamine release sustainably. We are not chasing peaks that cause crashes. We are maintaining a healthy baseline. Favor internally generated rewards over external ones. Effort-based accomplishments elicit moderate, sustainable dopamine. Avoid stacking rewards, like phone while eating or TV while exercising. Single task: embrace friction. The reward on completion is healthier and reinforcing. 4 foundational, evidence-based pillars. First, sleep. Deep sleep replenishes neurotransmitters and resets dopamine receptor sensitivity. One poor night impairs motivation and impulse control. Second, exercise. It can raise baseline dopamine and receptor density, especially in the striatum. Third, genuine social connection. Natural dopamine our brains evolved to value. Fourth, limit easy high-amplitude dopamine. Be mindful with phones, social media, processed foods, and instant gratifications. Reducing spikes lets receptors resensitize so simple activities feel rewarding again. This restores balance to your reward system. We have busted the myths. Dopamine is not pleasure, and more is not always better. Dopamine is the molecule of motivation, driving you to seek, strive, and learn. We mapped VTA to nucleus accumbens to prefrontal cortex, cue to craving to response to habit. Oversized spikes downregulate receptors, fueling apathy and perpetual wanting. Keep dopamine healthy. Sleep, exercise, real connection, and limits on cheap dopamine. Start small, notice your cues, recognize cravings, and consciously choose your responses. If this was valuable, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing your thoughts or questions in the comments.